As you know, real estate law can be a bit confusing, especially when it comes to landlord and tenant laws. But no worries, I'm here with a real estate attorney specializing in landlord and tenant laws, Josh Shoumer, to explain it all to us. Welcome, Josh.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
So talk to me, what exactly do you do for your clients?
So my firm helps managers, investors, and owners of income property navigate all aspects of the income property investing. So for example, analyzing the purchase to handling tenants that they inherit after they've purchased the property, or getting in new tenants in the leases. And then once that tenancy with the new person has started, we help manage any disputes that might come up and after their move out. There's a lot of legal concepts that apply from every stage of that, and we help our clients basically handle all of that, yeah.
But some would think, okay, I have a real estate agent, that's good enough because they are familiar with real estate law, et cetera. So do you think that's not enough? You still have to hire an attorney on top of a real estate agent?
I don't think an agent is the best person to rely on when it comes to handling the legal issues, and there are two reasons for that. One, and most obviously, is that they're not an attorney. So they don't know some of the complexities behind the law when it comes to rent control or some of the statutory issues that apply in California. The second issue, and I think is the biggest one, is that there's an inherent conflict when you rely on your real estate agent. They get compensated to close the transaction. So they have an interest in making sure that the property sells. They may not be open and honest with you about everything if it could put their deal at risk. The attorney is a better person who is disinterested and has your best interest at heart.
Right, but some people might think, okay, if I hire an attorney, that's another expense, I can't afford it. What do you say to that?
Well, I'd have a couple responses to that. One is that my firm is at the forefront of pioneering a new type of billing. So the old school way really involved an hourly flat rate, and that the client would get a surprise bill at the end for whatever time it took. So my firm approaches it more from a restaurant menu. So the client will tell us, I'm having these issues, we'll sit down with them and understand what's the best route. We'll explain to them the implications of selecting that route and implementing it. And then we'll give them a flat fee of what it's going to cost to do it. So the era of surprise bills is over as far as my firm is concerned.
And I'm assuming when you make a big investment like an apartment building, you should get an attorney, right?
Well, yeah, you can make a mistake if you haven't done a thorough analysis of your short-term and long-term goals and how the law affects that. And if you make that mistake could be a heck of a lot more expensive than what an attorney bill would look like if you've educated yourself the right way.
And what is one of the biggest mistakes that investors make these days?
It was literally that from the beginning. If they haven't sat down to see what are their plans, both short-term and long-term, and how do local California laws or rent control laws, if they apply in that particular jurisdiction, how are they going to affect those plans? So, for example, if you want to buy a three-apartment complex in Los Angeles, and that complex was built in the early 70s, it's going to be governed by rent control. So if you thought that you were able to purchase the property and raise its rents to increase its income, it may not be that simple. In fact, it's not. So spending some time to sit down with an attorney to understand what your plans are and how the law governs that is advisable.
Right. Well, definitely hiring an attorney because he's going to be your biggest advocate, right, when you're purchasing that big commercial property, apartment building, or even your next home. So if someone wants to talk to you, inquire maybe about your services, about, especially tenant and landlord laws, how can they get a hold of you?
The best way to reach us is at my website, which is shoumerlaw.com, and there are a few ways to reach us there by email or telephone.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Josh. This is so interesting. Thank you so much for being a guest here on the Trend Talk.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.